Okay, Ottomans versus the Rus. Again, I'm going to speed up the start. Pretty standard. Plan is to get 8, something like that on food. 6 is fine on gold. Aiming to get to that castle age as soon as possible. I've actually won the last 5 games, which is, definition of relatable growth. It's not, I'm not in any way kind of pro or whatever. But just slowly plodding along. And I think what I found is quite useful is just focusing on getting kind of really good at one civilization. Getting the military schools up quite early, see 7 minutes in this time. That's a little bit earlier than previously. And that's useful. Let's go, income per minute. So it's pretty tight at the moment, pretty close at the moment. Just starting to see their base. Initially I saw that they had at least 2 scouts out, if not more, and that made me think that perhaps they were quite good. It's always trying to judge, obviously, as well as their whatever ranking, always trying to judge who I'm up against. And I probably should be scouting more. Already it's 9 minutes in, I haven't really properly scouted, and they've already reached castle age. Again, that's an indication that they're pretty speedy. I'm going a bit over the top on gold at the moment. I got that a little bit wrong. Only 6 on gold, but still. I've done the same thing as I normally do, which is to just basically put 1 or 2 people on each mine that I can see. I just done this mine just then. Again, concentrating on the mines that are easier to defend or further away, that I can see if somebody's coming and run away from that more defendable defendable mine. I've now realised that I'm going a bit crazy on gold and put the individuals on food, which should help. Although they're doing pretty well on food, I have to say. Let's take a pause to have a look. So they, to start with, go for sacred sites. See if they can do a sacred victory. Blacksmith's a bit late there. Actually, is it? Have I got a blacksmith up? I actually haven't got a blacksmith up, so I'm saying it's a bit late. I don't even have one. 13 minutes in. Selected player. So they're going for a kind of a little bit of a kind of individual raiding session, but it's not really, not really doing much. I'm doing quite well on the military schools. So 13 minutes in. Again, I don't know why they're only using 1 unit. So I don't know why I'm being slow at repositioning. Yeah, they should very obviously be using more units and scouting around and taking out, for example, my villagers over here, my villagers messing around here, and I've got no one defending these. Yeah. So that would be, if they were, using knights or cavalry in some form to scout around, I would be in trouble, because I have all these people that are not really well defended. It doesn't matter to me hugely if they get if these kind of gold miners get killed, because they're not that many of them. Again, they're kind of going with one or two units, and it's not really doing much. I don't really see the point of doing that. You can fairly easily kill them. Putting some walls up just in case they get a bit better. And you've noticed that they're going now for... Oh, my food! What am I doing? They're now going for Sacred Victory. I obviously see that and send a few little units to both directions on the two Sacred Victory points that seem poorly defended. And they literally just seemingly retreat in that case. Oh, and then send a huge force to try and take that. But that's kind of the beauty of sending two little groups. I presume they're just about to come and destroy this little group. But it doesn't really matter because I sent the other group to make sure that they don't get that Sacred Victory. Nearly killed that knight. Okay, 18 minutes in. This is when, as I said before, the Ottomans are getting pretty strong. I've got way too many on wood. In the future, I do need to be a bit better about allocation. My plan here was to check if they're maybe got villagers down here, or if they're using the trade post at all, to annoy them a bit with a couple of units that I've used to get the sacred site. Still doing better at me at income per minute, which is interesting. Again, I really need to reposition some of these, redistribute some of these lumber camp people, tree cutting people. Starting to get a bit of a force together, slowly moving. Obviously that kind of means I do have to do something. Putting a few houses, making sure that could do with a few more upgrades there. Being a bit slow on the house. I don't know if that's somebody that okay. Let's see what happens here. They're actually, I think they retreated. Yeah, they retreated with the horse archers. That actually small group of horse archers is not a good idea to try and take on a load of janissaries, veteran spearmen, man-at-arms and mangonels. They need to up their game a little bit. In fact, I obviously didn't know this, but they've basically got no chance against this army at the moment. Построено есть. It's an interesting tactic. Obviously it'd be better to focus on, and so I've coming up with next age, so I've bought a load of villagers, tried to do it a little bit better than I did last time. Last time I didn't bring the villagers along at the same time. How many villages is this? 15. Is that 15? 16. That's about right. You could even bring a few more. I was a bit slow with that last time, and I brought you few, such that I was not able to get the. I'll also do the proper reveal. I was not able to get the Seagate Castle up. On the first go, and that was problematic. Made it a slightly longer and harder game. So I'm a bit ambitious, and I try and put it there, but that's obviously not going to work. So I rethink that quite quickly. Try not to waste too much time with stupid ideas like that. So if you see, they really have not got a great idea with trying to take me out with horse archers. Also importantly, perhaps I should have done a little bit more, is leaving behind a few Janissaries to defend those civilians. I've got some over here that just need to be moved into place. And I mean, they're not gonna just lone Janissaries standing against the tide of horse archers. That's quite a cool death. But if you see how easily they're just getting basically obliterated, they've got no chance. Turns out that the adversary is perhaps not the high quality adversary that I initially thought perhaps it was. They were. So I don't know if it's an agenda. Probably guess, but I won't. And I'm pretty comfortable now. Got the Seagate Castle up without too much going on. Pretty confident that they don't have a huge army ready to go. I mean, they might do, but I would have thought that that would have appeared by now. So I figure I might as well get some stone. And actually this turns out quite nicely, because it means, I mean, I probably don't need to do it in this context, but I'm able to see, I'm still being a bit disciplined in terms of kind of making sure that people are coming back into range of the castle. But yeah, in terms of getting stone, I in a minute put up another castle just here. There we go. Keep. And I basically then, because I'm pretty confident that no one's coming around the corner to kind of completely change the dynamic, I just go for their town centre. They don't even make much of an effort to take my mangonels out. Slightly disappointing ending, to be honest. So I decide it's not worth being too disciplined about what people are doing, just let them run riot. Yeah. It was an alright game. It's a fairly easy victory. I think in terms of what they were doing wrong, they were doing really well on income per minute. They were just a bit slow on, it was already 27 minutes in, they were just a bit slow on actually getting those military units together. And they just focused on horse archers for some reason, and that, to be fair, that is because I have a tendency to not bother with stables. that means that horse archers are particularly vulnerable. Janissaries, again, cavalry, plus 12 versus cavalry. They're not upgraded, are they? No, they're not upgraded. But still quite good against cavalry, even if they are not upgraded. Look at that. Like, what are you going to do against? Like, you can't take mangonels out with horse archers. There's no point. Yeah, okay. I mean, sometimes horse archers can be really annoying. They can be particularly annoying if they are properly raiding and, for example, going around, you know, all my mining sites and picking off all the villagers. Cause that's when they're really at their best. But in terms of massed attack and massed defense, it's not. You know, you're not going to do very well with an army of horse archers. Okay, another strong game.